Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful software design pattern. But we're not just going to read a definition. We're going to follow the story of an entrepreneur named Sofia and see how this one pattern took her business from complete chaos to crystal clarity.
So meet Sofia. Her custom computer business, TechCraft Systems, was a runaway success. I mean, orders for these high-end, tricked-out machines were just flooding in. The business was absolutely booming. But behind the scenes, a total crisis was brewing in her code. You see, all that amazing success was creating this overwhelming mess in her software, turning every single new order into a potential disaster. Let's dig into exactly what was going so wrong. Okay, so Sofia's problem wasn't with building computers in the real world, it was with building them in her software. The way she was creating these digital computer objects was getting completely and utterly out of control. This is what Sofia was dealing with every single day. In the programming world, we have a name for this: Constructor hell. Just look at that single line of code. It's an absolute monster, a long, unforgiving list of parts, where every single thing has to be in the exact right order. And with code like this, mistakes weren't just possible, they were catastrophic. It was a total guessing game. You get one little thing in the wrong order, like this true value for RGB lighting stuck in the wrong spot, and boom, the wrong machine gets built, a customer's unhappy. And this was happening all the time.
You can just imagine her frustration, right? Sofia was at her breaking point, totally drowning in code, trying to manage dozens of different constructors for every possible combination. She knew something had to change. And that's when a mentor, a senior software architect named Carlos, enters the picture. He took one look at Sofia's constructor hell and knew immediately there was a perfect, elegant solution to her problem. He introduced her to the builder pattern. Now, the formal definition sounds a bit academic, but it's actually super simple. It's a way to build complex things one piece at a time, instead of trying to do it all at once in a single, terrifying, error-prone command.
And the transformation is just wow. On the left, you've got the old, confusing mess. On the right, the new builder method. It's clean, it's readable, and you know exactly what each line is doing. The difference is literally night and day. With the builder, the code practically reads like a story. You can see precisely how this high-end gaming rig is being put together step by step. There's no more guessing which parameter goes where. It's just intuitive. And what's so great is how flexible the pattern is. You need a budget build with fewer parts? Hey, no problem. You just call the methods for the components you need and skip the rest. The same clear, elegant approach works for any configuration you can dream up. So the builder pattern totally saved her custom order business. But of course, the story doesn't end there. 6 months later, a whole new challenge pops up. Huge corporate clients wanting dozens of standardized computers all at once. How could she possibly scale up for that?
Well, this is when Carlos introduced her to the director. Think of it like a foreman on a construction site. The director knows the blueprints for standard models. It takes a builder and runs a predefined set of steps to create, say, a standard workstation. Perfectly, every single time. And this made those big enterprise orders incredibly simple. Need 50 identical workstations? You just tell the director to get to work. The director handles all the complicated steps, and Sofia can fulfill these massive orders with just a couple of lines of code. It's brilliant. So Sofia's success started getting attention, even from a local computer science professor, Dr. Kim. And she posed a challenge to Sofia. Why was the builder pattern the best choice? Aren't there other ways to create objects like factory patterns? Dr. Kim's little whiteboard session made it all so clear. You see, factory patterns are great when you need completely different types of things. But Sofia's problem was different. She needed lots of different versions of the same complex thing. And that is exactly where the builder shines. And this was Sofia's big realization. Her customers didn't want a few fixed models off a shelf. They wanted to pick and choose and customize everything. A factory method would have been way too rigid. The builder gave her the exact flexibility her entire business was built on. Now, this has been a great story, but let's be really clear. This isn't just some abstract academic concept. The builder pattern is a fundamental tool used all over the software industry every single day to solve this exact problem of creating complex stuff. In fact, you've probably used it without even realizing it.
Anytime you're building a SQL query piece by piece or constructing an HTTP request or even putting together a complex configuration file, chances are the builder pattern is the invisible engine making it all feel simple and safe. And now, 3 years later, our story comes full circle. Sofia is no longer just a business owner. She's a recognized expert in software design, on stage, delivering a keynote speech, and sharing the wisdom she gained on her journey. She offered a really simple test for the audience. She said, if you're designing something and you find yourself answering yes to these questions, the builder pattern is probably exactly what you need to avoid falling into your own constructor hell. And finally, she shared her golden rules. Things like using a Fluent interface so the code is easy to read, validating all the parts right before you build the final object, and making that final object unchangeable so you prevent nasty bugs down the line. Sofia's story shows us that the right design pattern isn't just about writing better code. It's about taming complexity so you can build bigger and better things. It completely transformed her business, and it's a powerful tool for any of us. So it kind of leaves you with one question, right? What complex thing are you going to build next?